Hello everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. In today's session, we're going to be infiltrating this missile base here and do whatever we can to stop this missile launch from destroying Balamb Garden. But before I do that, there is something else I do want to go over real quickly. And that is, I did make some more progress when it comes to my practice playthrough. And newest practice playthrough I started with slot 1, and I think it was slot number 6. Yeah, that one. I went ahead and did another run through of the game with new knowledge of the fast forward cheap, which was a practical godsend, plus the ability to deal 9,999 damage on command. That was also a godsend, and allowed me to get back to where I was and even further than before. Well, a little bit further anyway, but not too much further from our current position, unfortunately. Because most of the time was spent grinding for a certain card, which, excuse me, at this point, I was wrong about saying we'd have to wait until Disc 3 now. Actually, we can still get this in Disc 2, believe it or not. Because, technically speaking, Squall is heading back to Balamb Garden. But, we'll cross that road when we get to it. Right now, let's head into the base. Let's head into the base and play some Metal Gear Selfie. Metal Gear Selfie. Alright, go ahead. Really? Phew! By the way, you need to be in this armored military vehicle in order to get into the base. Following the launch on blah 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 blah. Ew, this uniform is so icky and smelly. Okay, I think it was saying following the launch procedures, proceed to your designated positions or something to that extent. I'm not too sure. When the hell is the launch time? It doesn't matter. We have to stop the missiles. That's all there is to it, right? If there's a door, we go in. If there's anything we can break, we break. And in the end, we blow this place to smithereens. Oh yeah, sounds like fun. Selfie's all fired up. Let's get a move on. Indeed. Let me make sure everyone has a junction. Yes, they do. So anyway, for this section of the game, we are disguised as Galbadian soldiers, and we're going to do our best to maintain our cover throughout the entire operation. Just so that way things go nice and smooth and things go nice and quickly. So that way I can explain how it's still possible for us to get our hands on the Lionheart at this point in the game rather than waiting until Disc 3. So, for this whole operation, in order to get it to work, what we need to do is go full incognito throughout the space and just do what we are asked to do, as if we were Galbadian soldiers. It's locked! Well, that sucks. How about this door? Door number 2. It's locked too. Well, shit. If you scan this left door first, I believe either Quistis or whoever your other party members are, they'll inform you about looking around the room, seeing what else you can find. Look at this little light structure here on the right-hand side of this door, next to the left door. It says, insert ID card, but we don't have one. Selfie, stop yelling! I found this in the car. Maybe this will work. Wow. How convenient. You gotta love the power of plot armor. If there's no plot, then there's no game. Simple as that. Verifying. Access granted. Woohoo! Alright. Now that that's done, we can open up this door here and proceed. And we have our first obstacle. Yikes, there's someone there. What to do, what to do? You have 3 separate options. Act casual, walk by quietly, or try to sneak by. All 3 options will work. Let's just walk by. No, actually, let's just act casual. It might look suspicious if we are uptight, so let's just act casual. Sounds good to me. I think this is the best option overall, too. Hey, you! Stop right there! Yikes! Do we look that suspicious? No running inside the base. The catwalks are very narrow here. Phew, don't scare me like that. Sorry, sir. We'll keep that in mind. I guess he's just looking out for his comrade's safety. So, well, at least the Galvanian soldiers aren't monsters, and they're actual human beings who actually have a soul. The missile launchers are through this door. Indeed they are. Also in here within this room you'll find a full life. Definitely try to draw this. Probably one of the best spells in the entire game to get your hands on. Doing an inspection now. Come back later. Okay. Last launcher should be arriving here soon. So, in order to proceed onward, there's actually a hidden little alcove right next to the staircase of which we ran down on. Head through here, and in here you'll find another draw point. This time it's blind. Not only that, but you'll also find what you need to progress. 2 random guards. Huh? I'm busy now. What do you want? Your help? Oh yeah, aren't we supposed to inspect the circuit room soon? Oh, it's that time already. We're doing the real thing today, so there's no way we have time for it. Real thing? What are you talking about? Sorry to trouble you, but could you deliver a message for us? Tell the guys by the missile launcher to go on ahead, and that we'll catch up with them later. Thanks a lot, we really appreciate it. Thanks. You're welcome? So, yeah, we're playing a messenger here. Be sure to give the correct message, otherwise you may end up being discovered, and that's not really something you want happening to you, ever. There we go, 4 full lives. I believe we need to talk to you. Excuse me, sir, I have a message for you. Well, what is it? What was it again? To go on ahead, and that they'll go on ahead. Select the first option. It's about inspecting the circuit room. The maintenance team said that we're too busy. Blech. The maintenance team said they were too busy, so that you should go on ahead. Oh, okay. But I'm still not done here, you know. Could you tell them that I can't go just yet? Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay. So, once again, we just need to return to those maintenance guys and just tell them, hey, they can't do it either, so they need to get off their lazy asses and do the inspection themselves. They said they were too busy to go, too. Jeez, what do we do? That's easy. Go. Guess we have no choice but to go. Alright. Can we ask you to go? What? Hey, that's not cool. What if the base commander finds out? It'll be fine. All we do is go and make sure everything's up and running anyway. Well, I hope you're right. So that's that. We're counting on you. Yes, sir! Woohoo! Blow the place to smithereens! Oh, that sounds fun! So, it's time to cause some trouble and make it triple! To protect the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation, to renounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Selfie, Zell, Quistis. Team Rocket blasts off at the speed of light. Surrender now, or prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. And yes, I just went there. Bite me. The maintenance team asked us to take their place with the inspection. Oh really? Then I guess my shift's over. I'm going to call in my relief. Go ahead with the inspection. Alright, sounds good. Time to inspect some shit and blow them up. Ooh, this is quite a important looking room. Let's bust up some shit. Okay, we also have a Blizzara spell draw point there. Excuse me. This must be the control panel, but I'm not sure what to do. And you have two options. Either one works. You can just hit whatever or hit a few buttons here and there. Let's try this one. Here goes nothing. That's strange. Nothing happened. Maybe I should try again. Just press whatever or bang on it hard. Both options deliver the same results, but this one is faster. Here goes nothing. With just a simple flip of the switch, the entire base's power supply is completely shut down. Huh? Hey, the lights went out. Electrical system malfunction. Maintenance team, investigate immediately. We should get the hell out now. Alright, next! Oh yeah. Let's get out of here, folks. Hey you, what's going on here? Oh man, really bad timing. You have two separate options here. One of them will completely wreck your plans and reveal your identity, so do not select it. The first one is, what the heck, let's fight! And the other one is, try to talk my way out. Go with the latter. What kind of excuse should I use? Either one will get you out of this situation, I'm sure. So let's just say, we just got here. We just got here too. We have absolutely no idea what's going on. Bite your tongue. We just saw you come out of there. Yikes. Must be your imagination. It's a mess in there. Whatever, just fight. Let's just go with the first one, see what happens. It's just your imagination. Just leave everything to us. Don't worry about a thing. Well, we do have other work to do. Let's just have them handle it. Alright, don't do anything stupid. Phew, that was close. Selfie, you're out of control. Whatever, let's just hurry. There is one other option that, if you selected the, we were just about to call you, the maintenance guys would run into this room, and then Selfie and then would run back into this room and beat the ever-loving crap out of the maintenance crew off screen. Thankfully, that will not reveal your identity, so you'll be able to get through the situation faster. So, yeah. That's a bit of a FYI if you're into speedrunning Final Fantasy VIII. Not too sure how many people speedrun this game, but it is possible. People have speedrun many different games. RPGs and all. Hey, could you lend us a hand? The power's down and we need some help. I guess so. Come on. Well, since the power's out, we don't really have much of a choice here, other than just lend a hand. Well, technically speaking, we don't have to, but as soon as you walk within the proximity of the store and try to mosey your way past it, hey, you! Haven't seen you around before. You have three options here. Either play it cool, run away, or fight all the way. Two of the three options will reveal your true identity. That's something you don't want to do. Let's play it cool. We need some help in here. I guess it doesn't really matter who... Do you think you could lend me a hand? You can, once again, 2 of the 3 options reveal who you are. Just help out. This goes by so much faster. This way, follow me. Unbelievable. Power failure at a crucial time like this. What the heck are the maintenance guys doing? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That must be the missile launcher that the crew was talking about. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, 1 in between the 2 guys and 2 on either side. Sounds good to me. So just wedge yourself in between these 2 guys here. Not in the way you're thinking. Hit, and then just start hitting the square button repeatedly until you're able to push this thing all the way into its slot. If you run away from this scenario, you will be found out, and the plan will proceed anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point whether you help them or not. The results will be the same, except the worst scenario of being found out, that I'm pretty sure has a negative effect on your seed rank, quite majorly, actually. Maybe it drops by at least 1 or 2 ranks. I don't know for sure, but either way, you don't want to blow your cover at all. Good work. All we need to do now is confirm the coordinates on the control panel. The program should be ready to go. You guys get on it. Hey, the control panel? Now we're talking. Okay, let's go. Onward to the control panel. The control panel is right here, by the way. Let's just smash this baby. Yeah, busted up real good. But it'll be a mega bummer if we launch the missiles by mistake. So, should we hold back a little and just mess around with it a bit? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Mess around with the system information. Logging into system, check ID, checking all system, BIOS, network, and memory. And safety unit. All is A-OK. Welcome to HTMS. And the rest of the text is illegible. Okay, we have several different options for us. We have target, equipment, and simulation. Simulation will basically give you a quick rundown of the missile flight path, and also give you a status on the scenario on how accurate the missiles are, and how likely are they going to hit their target, and how likely are they going to miss. So, let's run this simulation and see what the scenario is. Let's see, simulation completed. Accuracy rating is 90 to 95%. Error ratio is 5 to 10%. Wow, that's bad for us, but good for the missiles. And good for the Galbadian army. But, we really should not let that happen. Let's confirm the equipment first before we do anything else. See what we're working with. Let's see. Let's see. Use directional buttons to confirm equipment, which would be the analog stick, and press X to exit. Galbadian Army Missile Launcher, model number, bloody blah. Let's see. Let's see. Galbadian Army Cruise Missile. This is the kind where you set the coordinate. This is the kind where you set the coordinates. Maybe if we set the error ratio all the way up, it'll lower the chance for a direct hit. That sounds like a solid plan, Zell. So, I think that's the only thing you really need to worry about as far as equipment is concerned. Let's take a look at targeting information. And from here you have technically 3 options. If you try to set target, you'll be stopped by the screen saying caution, authorization required. I think something like this is only reserved for like the main commander of this base. No one else has the authority to set the target or change the targeting information. So, with that in mind, let's just set the error ratio. So, you can change this from the minimum errors all the way up to maximum errors. And you can set this up from 0% all the way up to 75%. You definitely want to do this so that way you can give your team more time to essentially warn everyone and get everyone out of Garden before the missiles strike Garden. And this is as high as it goes. So, there we go. Error ratio has been set, so now we just need to upload the data. Don't forget to upload the data, so that way the error ratio of these rockets will be set. And by the time we get done here, we can then proceed onward to the next part. Unit 2 upload is complete. Unit 3 upload is complete. By the way, that data transfer never fails, ever. At least as far as I'm aware. So, that's basically all we can do here. Let's run the simulation again and see how well this will work out this time. After setting the error ratio all the way up to its maximum possibility, we'll take a look and see what this is like now. After it strikes Balamb, which is its target, Balamb Garden, accuracy rating is down to 20 to 30%. Error ratio is 65 to 80%. So it has a huge ass target. And it's very likely that it will not directly hit Garden. So that is sweet. Alright, with that in mind, we are done here with this control panel. So let's go ahead and exit. We don't really need to do anything else here. As fun as it would be to just smash the control panel, that's not really something that we can do here. And even if you would try to do that, you may end up causing more of a ruckus, if anything. This place is off limits. You're not allowed up here. But we've come to report the missile coordinate data. That's it, coordinate data. Oh, very well. Go right ahead. I'm surprised that he let us through by saying that, too. Did we have someone that puny in our base? Good question. All systems go, sir. Everything's all set, sir. We have some minor setbacks, but proceed as scheduled. We're running behind, but prepare for the final launch phase. Roger. Roger. Attention, this is the control room. We are now entering the final phase of the missile launch. Take your designated positions and prepare for the launch. And prepare for cupcakes and champagne. Huh? What are you doing in here? We come to report the missile coordinates. Oh? Don't move. I thought you looked suspicious. You're the intruders. No use hiding it now. That salute you did was completely wrong. Yikes. Well, at least we made it this far. It's about time we rumbled. What are you doing? Ah! Here I am. Ta-da! Whew! Finally! This military uniform is icky and it stinks. So, here we go. Now it's time to fight the two soldiers here in the control room and the commander himself. It's nothing really special here anyway. It's just these three guys. Time for us to get serious. Time to unleash the power of brotherhood as we completely demolish everyone here. Well, damn. That's not good. And I still have Zell's card command selected. Well, shoot. Well, technically speaking, Oh. Float. Well then. Well, that's definitely going to be a bit of an adventure, that's for sure. Uh-oh. Zombie. Now Quistis is casting spells like freaking mad. Okay, so here's what Zombie does. It essentially turns a target into zombies. And any sort of healing magic that you deal against a zombie will, it'll hurt them rather than heal them. Which does make sense because healing magic is like holy magic. Are you done yet? There we go. Everyone's dead. Captain! Captain! The Game Master. Why did I bring that up? There we go. Okay then, let's stop the missiles, blow the base, the smithereens, and get out of here! We should be able to stop the missile launch from here. Let's all split up and look. Okay, that sounds good to me. But first off, let's get rid of this zombie effect. There you go, Zell. You're good to go. There are 3 separate control panels here. You need to scan all 3 of these in order to find the mechanism to stop the missile launch. It doesn't appear to be this one, which means... Yo, look! I found it! Oh yeah, we're all set, baby! Woohoo! All we need to find now is the self-destruct mechanism. But the self-destruct mechanism for the base doesn't seem to be in here. Either way, you do have to, whatever panel you, decide to scan, the missile stopping mechanism is always here. And even if you do scan this first, you still have to, scan the other 2 panels. So technically that's slower. So what you would have to do then is just scan one of the other 2 panels and then run over to whoever is on the left hand side of the panel here, and that should be good. Then again, maybe you do have to scan all 3. I'm not too sure. Okay, in here we have the self-destruct mechanism for the base. Let's see here. Huh? We have to set a time. Well, for this is a very special thing, where depending on what you select will affect your seed rank negatively, believe it or not. If you select 30 or 40 minutes, your seed rank will drop quite a bit. May even drop a whole rank altogether. If you select 20 minutes, then your rank may be unaffected, though I'm not 100% sure. But what you want to do here is select 10 minutes. This may not give you a lot of time, but as a result, you will be able to take a shortcut to get out of this base relatively quickly. And that's right here. Uh-oh. Looks like one of the soldiers managed to regain consciousness, even if it's temporary. What's he gonna do? He's going over to the missile launch control panel. What's up with him? It's not over yet. Doesn't look like he managed to push any buttons, but, huh? Hey, what was that noise? Well, that doesn't matter right now. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here before this place blows. So, like I said, if you select any other time besides 10 minutes, you will not be able to take this shortcut out of the base. And you would have to go all the way around, take the long way around the entire base in order to make your escape. Oh, what is that? Well, it's a weird machine, and whoa! Well, shit. The missiles have launched. Well, so much for being able to stop the missiles. Well, shit. Well, damn. That's lame. Oh, well. There's no way I'm letting you all live. It would be inexcusable to Sorceress Ida. I don't want to suffer her wrath. Are you men ready? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, let's go. And here we go. Time to fight this mechanized tank-like thing. We have 8 minutes to defeat it. So, don't hold anything back and unleash everything that you've got. I forgot to give Zell a GF. Or, equip GF command, rather. Oh well. I could just have him beat the shit out of this thing all day. And that's totally fine with me. So, like I said, just unleash all of your GF's power. Give it everything that you got. Is it me or was the ground kind of glitching? Well, either way, I screwed up on the frickin' power meter somehow. Alright, let's see what we can draw from this thing. We have Shell, Protect, and also another spell we can use too. So, what is this new spell? We don't know, because Zell sucks! Kidding. Unfortunately, it kind of failed to draw the frickin' magic. Oh well, we can have him try again. Or we can have Twistus draw instead. That'll work too. Not too bad as far as damage output. Just remember, okay, that, you know what, I'm gonna cast some magic here, protect, cast, myself. Now, what does protect do? Well, this will reduce any physical damage taken temporarily. So, that's good. And a lot of attacks of which this thing can deal is purely physical damage. It kind of sucks that Zell doesn't have any sort of can't use GFs right now, but his fist... Ah! Captain! It's only one, don't worry. One of what? I don't know what it is, but it looks rather important. Kind of looks a bit like a jet engine. And either way, it does look very important. Different angle. Who knew that was even possible? Okay, another engine down. We just need to destroy the reactor core. Ooh. Well, damn. Twistus is in trouble now. I'm surprised that she wasn't able to get off her GF before receiving damage. Not sure what that was about. Either way, it was done. Okay. Come on, let me charge. 152! I think that's a new record. Not too sure. Anyway, this boss in particular can be pretty damn difficult if you're not prepared. And if you don't happen to have boost equipped. There we go. Let's just get out of here. Can't let them seize this MRV. MRV? What the heck is an MRV? Sounds like something from like a J-pop group. Alright, laser eyes. Pew! Not too bad as far as damage is concerned. Stand by for the beam cannon. Yes, sir! Uh-oh. Beam cannon sounds like bad news bears. High potion, you. Uh-oh, here's the beam cannon. Oddly enough, that didn't, strange. Usually the beam cannon takes out all targets, or damages all targets a significant amount. But in this case, not so much. Ah, damn it. One too many times. 101. Well, at least we got our regular attack power back, at least. Kind of wish the compatibility with Selfie and some of Squall's GFs were higher, but oh well. Can't really worry about that right now. And by the way, don't try to turn this thing into a card. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, and time is not exactly on our side right now. Though we can still unleash all of our power via GFs. 150. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Nice hit. That's 774. Okay, another engine down, only 2 left. Keep attacking anyway! Yes, sir! Uh-oh, another beam cannon? Well, shit. Shiva's down. Thankfully, Selfie does have some other GFs available at her arsenal. And that would be Ifrit. Ah, damn. Well, that's bad. That's really, really bad. Now that this thing is down to just 2 engines left, now we kind of need to bum rush this thing like freaking madmen. And we don't exactly have a lot of time to do so here. Come on, Hellfire! Bring this home! And just like before, if you run out of time... God damn it. Screwed up. If you run out of time, then it's game over. So that's definitely a thing to keep in mind. Especially for a scenario like this. That's for sure. I can't control it! What? Well then. Alright. We have only less than a minute left to finish up this place. Oh damn. Wow, everyone was on fire. Ah! That piece of crap! What now, Captain? It needs repairs, sir. We'll kill him first. And, of course, we have less... Protect war off. We need to make this fast. We really need to make this fast. Oh dear. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this off in time. Damn it, I think I ran out of time. I'm completely screwed. Yep, time's up. Shit. Well, game over. This is our last attack. Our last chance. Thankfully, I think the game's nice enough to give you a little bit of leeway to finish things off and finish off your attack turn. Maybe. Then again, it may still be over no matter what. Okay, at least everyone's finished off, but unfortunately we are out of time. So this victory may be completely meaningless. Or, okay! I guess since I was trying to draw a GF and unleash its power, the game was nice enough to at least see if I can finish him off with that one attack. So that's good news. Unfortunately, looks like we're completely trapped here due to the frickin' mechanized thing being here in the first place. Well, damn. This is really, really bad. We're completely screwed. aren't we? Like there's no escape. There's nothing we can do. The gate is completely blocked. Are we locked in? Squall will take care of the rest, right? I wonder if he'll organize the garden festival. Nah, I can't count on Squall for that. It's all over. I always thought about when this day would come. Living a life full of battles. I guess you could say I was prepared. But when I think this is really it... Damn it, it pisses me off! Squall, why did you choose us? Did he choose us because he knew this would happen? What are you saying? Squall chose us because he believed in us. I'm sure of it. We can do it. That's what he thought when he made this team. Isn't that right, Squall? Well, the world may never know, as the base completely destroys, is now completely destroyed. And everyone died. The end. Or is it? No, not yet. Hey, looks like everything's alright. Looks like they did it. Still, the missiles could be on their way. We have to report to the headmaster. Come on! Fun fact, you don't need to do that right away. Instead, let's just leave. You can actually leave Balamb Garden and not worry about this whole affair whatsoever until you feel like doing what you feel like you need to do. So let's go ahead and exchange junctions. And done. Let me make sure, and yes indeed, everything's good here. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know you can leave Balamb Garden at a time like this. I thought you would have no choice but to leave. But, I mean, you would have no choice but to stay in Balamb until the whole scenario clears out. So, anyway, now that we're back in Balamb, we can do the whole card grind thing, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing next. So, let's read up on the Weapon Monthly June edition. Ooh, this looks promising. The Flame Saber got its name from its red blade. This gun blade is very similar to the Sheer Tiger. The only difference is that it has a cutting tiger's handle. So in order to make this, we need a betrayal sword, a turtle shell, and 4 screws. The gauntlet is covered with layers of steel. It is the fighting glove for delivering heavy rather than smooth blows. Interesting. And for this, you need a dragon skin and a fury fragment. For this one, the ends of the Morning Star were equipped with spiked metal balls to cause more damage. It is a pain weapon similar to the nunchaku, but this is fairly effective. Interesting. The Red Scorpion is a unique whip made of rare materials. Its strength comes from the dragon skin, while its flexible comes from Ochu tentacles. Interesting. So, after reading the issue, we now have the opportunity to read up and, essentially... Okay, I don't even know, what I meant to say there, but, there is one more thing I've forgotten to mention. Some of these, items that you can acquire here, you can, give these to Quistis and she'll learn new limit break moves. So, for Spiderweb, give that to her and she'll learn the Blue Magic Ultra Waves. So, that's pretty sweet. And we have a Coral Fragment. Yep, give that to her. And Durable Dragon Skin. Well, if you give this to someone, their compatibility with their corresponding GF will go up a point or 2 or even more. And Dino Bone, it's the same sort of thing here. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Now that's menu management is done for now, I think. I'm gonna make sure everyone is indeed learning something. I really should use another item. Here we go, a cottage. Yep, all GFs have their HP restored now. Okay. Like I said, you can exit out of Balamb Garden after getting back here with Squall and his team, and just head into the town of Balamb. So that way we can begin the whole card grinding shenanigans. So let's go. And this is probably going to end up taking a good long ass time. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now, because the card we're looking for one specific card. And that card is, I don't even remember what the name of it is called. But, even so, it's still something we are looking for. And we need to acquire 20 of them. So this is going to be real fun. So, push square to talk to Zell's mom. How's my rowdy boy doing? Wait. Okay, I guess I was wrong then. I guess since Zell is not in the party, you can't challenge Zell's mom to a card game. Well, that's lame. Anyway, well, that's definitely something. So I guess I get to spare you the details of the whole card grinding thing after all, and we'll have to wait until disc 3. So that's kind of lame. All because I didn't bring Zell and Squall's party. Dang it. Oh well, that's alright. We can return to Balamb and not worry about it, and just proceed onward to the next part of the game. So, anyway, the card we're looking for is... It's essentially a recolor of one of the first bosses whom we fought. If you remember back on the radio tower, we fought what looks like a weird flying monster. Well, the card we're looking for is that kind of monster, but a different skin, a different color. And we would need to acquire 20 of them. Acquire 20 of those particular cards, then refine the card using the card mod into 2 energy crystals, and then use a ammo refinement ability to turn those energy crystals into pulse ammo. So you would need 20 pulse ammo in order to get 1 piece of the Lionheart recipe completed. You would then have to use card mod to turn the Minotaur card into 10 Animantes, and after that you would just need to acquire 4 Dragon Fangs, which, if you didn't acquire them before reaching the Balamb Garden before level 20, you can acquire them here in Balamb, whether you're in the training center or out here in the Balamb area, and acquire them from level 21 onward from the T-Rexers. And after you acquire 4 Dragon Fangs and everything else, you can then go to any weapon refinement shop and create the Lionheart. And the Lionheart is an incredibly powerful weapon. It's Squall's ultimate weapon. Plus, if you get the Lionheart, you also get access to all of Squall's limit breaks. And you also get an achievement for it too. So, I figured I'd throw that out there. Since we can't do this now, we'll have to wait until disc 3 before we can even start getting the cards of which we're looking for, which is really, really lame. Besides, the other method is probably more fun anyway. While the whole card grinding thing took hours. It can go as long as 4 hours, or you can play 20 games minimum and get extremely lucky. But the odds of that are extremely low. So, yeah. I guess we're doing the fun method when we get to that point. But for right now, let's head into Balamb Garden and warn everyone of the upcoming disaster. And what the hell? We're thrown into battle right away. Well, this is definitely odd. What happened? Did all the monsters somehow get out of the training center? Or something? Or is there some other shenanigans going on? Either way, we need to take care of this as soon as possible before the missiles arrive here. Otherwise, we're going to be in some really serious trouble here. Turn you into a card. Or kill you. That works too. Well, dang it. Whatever. It's fine. There we are. Let me check and make sure I have my Dragon Fangs. I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see. Dragon Fang. Yep, I got 4 Dragon Fangs. That's good. Alright, let's head on in. Find the headmaster! What's going on? Are they evacuating? Seize him! Kill him if you have to! Whoa, that escalated quickly. Go! What? Go! What is going on here? Why are people running around trying to find the headmaster? In fact, why are they trying to kill him in general? What's going on here? We need answers, damn it! Guess we'll find out the answers as we make our way through Garden. And do whatever we can to avert this disaster. What the hell is going on? You there! Which side are you on? Huh? Answer the question! Are you with the Garden Master or are you with Sid? I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you swear your allegiance to the Garden Master NORG? You can say, I guess for now, and avoid a conflict. Or you can say, I don't get it, and, just fight whatever. Can you tell me what's going on? I'm the one asking the questions. You're just supposed to follow orders. Hey, what kind of attitude is that? You're with Sid, aren't you? Well, shit. Well, because of that, he decides to summon some monsters here. NORG is the true ruler of the garden. Is that so? Well, I look forward to meeting Mr. NORG. I'm sure he's a very, very nasty, nasty man. Whatever the hell he is, I don't like the sound of NORG. Sounds like a code name for something quite nasty and disgusting. Only one way to find out for sure, and that is just to proceed and see what happens. See what's going on here. Blast you. Alright. Next in line, please. Die. Okay, you're still alive? Seriously? I mean, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, we eradicated his ass within Laguna's dream without much of an issue, within a couple of attacks, but here, no. Okay, well, at this point, one of our GMs have definitely learned something new, so let's see what else we can have them learn. Let's see. Oh, here's a new spell, Treatment. What Treatment does, this is essentially a free Asuna. So, any status ailment that's inflicted, you use the Treatment command, and you can treat their status ailment without a problem. So that is sweet. I believe Siren learns this at a certain level, so I don't know which level it is. Or after a certain number of abilities have been learned. Oh, here's a T-Rexer. Ow! Well, crap. This isn't good. this is definitely bad news bears, because T-Rexers have a substantial amount of HP, like well over 10,000. They have over 10,000 HP. So it takes at least 2 strikes with the damage modifier cheat in order to kill these things. Thankfully, these things are weak against ice attacks, so Shiva will be more than adequate to completely demolish the T-Rexers. Wow, nearly 3,000 damage right there. That's just how weak against ice attacks the T-Rexer is. If you try to use any sort of fire attacks against him, he won't absorb them, but he'll take a lot longer to take down, that's for sure. And regular attacks aren't really going to cut it either, unless you're rocking the damage modifying cheat. There we go. Another T-Rexer card. Just what I need. Nice work. Awesome. 3 new abilities learned. Hell yeah. Let's see what else we got. We got, you know what? I think I'm going to go for HP Junction. And for you, you are going to learn... How about Strength Junction? You are going to learn... How about HP Junction? That's good. Alrighty. Now that's out the way, let's head into Garden and figure things out. Hey Squall, the garden's in chaos. The monsters from the training center are everywhere. The members of the Garden Masters faction set them free. Watch your back, man. You couldn't have warned me any sooner, like at the front gate? But, anyway, thanks for the warning. Oh, hello. It's you guys. Raijin and, whatever her name is. Hey, you're back! And my webcam froze. Fantastic. Excuse me for a second. Shut up, Malwarebytes. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Oh dear. My webcam must have shut off somehow. Okay, what the hell's going on? Why is this not working? Oh my god, you can't be serious. Is it because this thing does not want to work? I hope my camera isn't broken. I don't know why this is happening. Okay. Activate. Still a square box. Wow, talk about really bad timing. Okay, since I can't put up a be right back screen right now, I'm gonna have to fiddle around with this until I can get this son of a bitch to work again. Maybe it's because this sucker got too hot? I don't know if that's a USB or HDMI. That is USB. Okay. Shit. Well then. Since the cam link is not working right now, I don't understand why. I'm gonna have to add my webcam back in, so give me just a few moments. so I can add it right back in. Add existing webcam. Good thing I kept this as a backup. Maybe I shouldn't have this plugged in at the same time as my Elgato Cam Link. So let me go ahead and readjust my filters and my webcam itself. By the way, my webcam, my actual webcam is Logitech C920. I mean C922. I hope I have this shit memorized, so 100. Disable that. Apply. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with this for now. Since, unfortunately, my Elgato Cam Link seemed to have shit the bed for now. I'll have to fix this later. Right now, we need to get back into the game. Alright. Again, apologies for switching cameras like this. This does not happen normally. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it's the camera itself. Maybe it's having a problem. Or it's Windows 10 being a piece of shit. Whatever. What's going on here? I don't know. At first they were saying something about rounding up the seeds, you know? Now everyone's either siding with the garden master or the headmaster and fighting everywhere, you know? Disturbing. Fujin. That's her name. Fujin. Disappointing from the disappointing for the disciplinary committee. All our work for nothing, you know? Why are seats being targeted? And where's the headmaster? Is he safe? We got no clue. We need to see him right away. It's important. Galbanian missiles may be heading this way. What? We gotta get out of here. Nice, kicking the shin. Ouch. Jeez, alright. We'll warn everyone about the missiles, man. This is no time to be fighting, you know? We'll go look for the headmaster. Caution. Yeah, the fighting is intense everywhere. And watch out for those garden master goons, you know? Hey, who do you support? Headmaster or garden master? Hey, just like Fujin said, you know? We're with Cypher. Always have, always will. So they're not on either side. Cypher. He sided with the sorceress. You guys alright with that? I'm gonna say yeah, they are alright with that. And at this point, since there's all this chaos going on, we can't really use the whole shortcut system anyway. So let's head into these different rooms here. What's taking so long? Hurry up! What's going on here? Another one of Sid's followers? Die! Uh-oh, speaking of which, there is something else I've forgotten to do. I may be echoing twice. So let me fix that. Face the wrath of this monster! Excuse me for just a second. I need to go into the advanced audio properties. Okay, good. Webcam is at 0. Alright, I just wanted to be sure the webcam audio is not being picked up. And not being echoed. Because the C922 does have its own built-in microphone. So, yeah, don't want that along with my Blue Yeti to be causing conflicts and crap. So, yeah, that's really the last thing that we need to do. There you go. Nice slice and dice to the face. There is one other thing I am considering. since I keep having these problems with the OBS, I don't want to switch XSplit because XSplit has given me a hell of a problem too with PC games. So I can't really use that. I am thinking about maybe switching to Elgato's built-in software. I don't know. Phew, thanks for your help. The headmaster isn't here. We're fortifying this area to make them believe he's in here. If they attacked us all at once, there's no way we could hold them off, even if we are seeds. Basically, we're cutting them off, making them spread themselves thin. Well, it wasn't my idea. Who came up with it then? Zoo. She took charge immediately when this whole thing began. Interesting. Anything else? Thanks for your help. You're welcome. What about you? Headmaster, he's definitely not here. Thanks for that. Hey, Squall, I'm doing my best like everybody else. Good to hear. Here, please, take this. And we received a remedy. That's cool. And there's nothing over here as far as I'm aware. Yep, nothing here at all. Just a bunch of useless chairs and desks that we cannot interact with, unfortunately. Okay. Next stop is the training center. We need to figure out what's going on over there next. But first, a message from our sponsors, the Monsters. Alright, let's get this over with nice and quick. Die. Okay. Card and draw. There we go. Seriously? Nothing yet? Wow. Just wow. There you go. Nice and deep. Okay. Alright, so like I said, we just need to continue to make our way throughout this entire garden. It's best to go around every area just to be sure that everyone is completely safe. Over there! She's one of the headmaster's seeds! The junior classmen are with her. Don't let them escape! That doesn't sound good. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Why not go through that door on the right? I'm gonna fight too. This should be interesting. Ah! I'm not training every day for nothing. Come on! Why, you little... You can choose to help them or ignore it. I'm gonna help them, duh. Why the hell wouldn't I? And here I am to save the day. You'll have to get past me first. Another one of 6 followers, die! If you say so, dude. And he unleashes a T-Rexer on our asses. Those opposed to NORG must die! Oh boy. GF, Shiva please. You could also unleash the power of some other GFs that you have up your arsenal too. But they're not going to be anywhere near as effective as, oops, that's not what I want. Card, please. As I was saying, irrelevant. Never mind. You can try to use other GFs against them, but, other ones are not, as effective against the T-Rexer. Thanks for the remedy. I could always use more of those. By the way, you don't need to go any deeper into the training center other than here. If you try to go any further, you won't be able to find much of anything else, other than a guy who runs a shop over towards the dock and water area, but that's about it. So if you need any items, you can go to him. But for the most part, though, we're good to go. And as you can see, our rank is at the seed level 17. Hello. Another one of Sid's followers die! Really? Oh, hello, you. Perfect timing. The garden belongs to NORG! Oh, really? You really think it does? It belongs to no one! It belongs to everyone! Including your mama. Alright, let's turn you into a card now. Dang it. Oh well, we can still deal plenty of damage to this thing. These things aren't too hard to take down, they just take a little bit of time, patience, sweat, and tears. And another Grenadille card. Hell yeah. And we may even... Yep! Got another Dragon Fang. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Not really. Hey, sir! Wait, what the hell? It was a hologram. What the? It was just a hologram. Pretty cool, huh? Take this. It may come in handy. Ooh, thanks for the tenant. As you can see, he isn't here either. Well, damn. Strange how the headmaster isn't even here. You would think, after all this running around and searching and all this chaos, the headmaster would be hiding somewhere. As far as where he could possibly be, no one truly knows at this moment in time. What? Another one of Sid's followers? Prepare to die! Alright, the dorms may be a good place to look. Oh, hello there, you ugly-ass caterpillar. You're siding with the headmaster? If you really hate us all that so freaking much, why don't you fight us yourself? Rather than have the monsters do your dirty work, you dumbass. Seriously. It's not that difficult. It's not exactly rocket science here. Okay. Here we go. Another enemy cards collected. And let's check out the dorms after these words from our sponsors. No. Of course. Attacked from behind. What else is new? Thankfully, it seems like the back attack isn't as bad when we're attacked from behind. Sure, they gained a bit of a head start, but it's not that big of a head start, unlike us, who basically gain the initiative immediately upon attacking an enemy in the back. Just figure I'd throw that out there. Awesome. Carbuncle leveled up. Not that it's really that important. Also, you can choose to rest here if you want. By the way, I'm pretty sure, yep, there it is. Weapon Monthly April issue. Right next to Squall's bed, you should find the Weapon Monthly, June issue. Okay, that's the wrong issue. That's the April issue. This is the one. Can't believe I forgot to grab this earlier before heading out to Timber. Oh well. That's alright. And I just realized I forgot to make a backup save. Shoot. Wow. Well, too late now. We're already an hour and 22 minutes into this session, so, fingers crossed things go well. There you go. Sit down. I said sit, damn you. There we are. There you go, buddy. There you go. Strangely, unlike other areas in the entire game, you don't have the multiple camera angles whenever you're doing your victory pose for whatever reason while you're fighting here in Balamb Garden. The only exception being, of course, is the training center, when you're inside the training center and fighting enemies in there. But everywhere else within Garden, well, yeah, nothing else. Another one of Sid's followers die! Well, this is definitely a doozy. Alright. Stall them! You seriously have no confidence in this monster whatsoever? I honestly don't blame you, but even so, the devil. Oh dear. This is something else. These guys now have a new trick up their sleeve, and that is, after receiving any sort of attack whatsoever, Shiva. If they receive any sort of attacks, they will grow in size, and not only will they do that, but if they grow to be as large as humanly possible, well then they will self-destruct and deal massive damage, and that can theoretically kill you. It can kill you if you don't have a high enough HP. And trust me, whenever these things self-destruct, it's not fun. Especially when you're on the receiving end. Ugh. Damn, that is just awful. Absolutely awful. Okay, let's check the cafeteria. No one's here either. Nice, demis. Hey Squall, tell those traitors to bring it on! As you can see, the headmaster isn't here. Okay. Here, you can have this. Geishel greens. Oh, I hope my brother is alright. I'm sure he is, as soon as we can figure all this out. Anyone here? No. Okay. Nothing else here besides just these couple of seed members here. Still, the question remains, where the hell is the headmaster? Well, after you find his hologram in the parking lot, I know exactly where he is. And after finding his hologram, you can then head off to the next area where the headmaster is supposedly located. As far as where he's located exactly, well, we'll find that out momentarily. Oh, nice. Another bomb card. Just what we need. More cards. Okay, I think around here is not the infirmary. This place over here is going to be very important. But, is there anything over here of note? That I'm kind of wondering right now. Because right here... Damn it, we need reinforcements! Another one of Sid's followers? Die! Okay, then. By the way, this area is where the Garden Festival is going to be taking place. So that's something to keep in mind. Now attack! Oh, really? You really want to attack me at a time like this? Well, whatever you want to do, bring it on, dude. Bring it on. Ooh, and another one bites the dust. Thankfully, it seems like these other bombs who, now just appear, they aren't growing right now. I think they only grow if they're at a certain level. Though I could be wrong on that. Excuse me. Here we go. Nice vampire thing. Alright, let's see what's over here. So yeah, this is where the Garden Festival is. Nothing looks damaged so far. Who's there? Hello? Whose side are you on? I'm with the Headmaster's faction. I'm with the Headmaster. That's what I thought. Who's this Garden Master anyway? I believe if you respond as the Garden Master, they may try to attack you. I don't know. The Headmaster has most of the seats evacuate. He said something about the true battle for seed is yet to come and now's not the time. Interesting. Ooh, an X potion. Awesome. Best healing item in the entire game, or one of the best, as it allows you to restore all of your HP for a single target. You won't find the Headmaster here. We're going to hold up here for a little longer. Interesting. Well, at this point now, it looks as though the Headmaster is not here. There's a couple of places left to check, but I do have a good idea of where we need to go. But, before we can even head there, we do have a couple of things to take care of. Nice slice and dice. And, boom, baby. There is one other thing that I haven't noted yet, and that is, recently I started backing up this playthrough onto my backup channel, and I uploaded the first 4 play sessions of this game. And upon completing the backup procedure, I decided to run an experiment and see if I could fight some of the claims that were being placed on the streams themselves. And it turns out I can fight them. And I managed to win every single one so far. And the only ones that still have a copyright claim on them so far are ones that are placed by Square Enix. And so, at this point, I'm just waiting for 30 days to pass and waiting for them to just simply release the claim automatically. I don't know if contacting them directly would even help things out. And also, hello Jamar. Welcome to the stream. Looks like Sid has some decent pawns. Oh dear. This is getting nowhere. Call the monsters. Let's help them. Let's get in there. And here we go. Also, thank you for the host, Jamar. Highly appreciate it. And as you can see, I know that I look different today. That is because, for whatever reason, my GoPro Hero 6 is not working right now with the Elgato Cam Link. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's something going on with it or what. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. But at the same time, I'm also not surprised. But anywho, as I was saying, I'm gonna be investigating what's going on with my GoPro. I don't know why it's having these problems. I may need to update its firmware or something. I may have to take it out of its housing in order to figure out what's going on with it. But for right now, though, I have my Logitech C922 plugged in. I've actually left it plugged in since I got in the GoPro, just in case something would go wrong with it. And thankfully things haven't been too bad. Sure, I've had a couple of problems here and there, but for the most part, they've been okay. But it's just, right now, it just seems like my GoPro is kind of messing up, along with the Elgato Cam Link. I don't know if it has something to do with the Cam Link themselves, or if it has anything to do with the camera. I don't know. It is something I'm going to be investigating later. It may just be a simple matter of just turning the camera off and then back on again after a few minutes. Speaking of which, I'm going to try doing that right now. Oh my god, come on. Piece of junk. I think that means I just shut it off. Alrighty. Oh my. Can you stand up? Why are you helping me? I'm with the Garden Master. Stop being ridiculous. I don't care whose side you're on. You need to take care of those wounds right now, you hear? Squall, don't just stand there. Give me a hand. Sure thing. What is all this faction mumbo jumbo? It's ridiculous. You're looking for Sid? As you can see, he's not here. Do you have any idea? Zoo might know. I have no idea where she is, though. Why are you looking for him anyway? I need to inform him that there may be missiles heading this way. You should get out of here, too. Are you serious? Then I'm definitely gonna have to stay. If anybody gets hurt, who's gonna look after them? You have a point, but still, you also have one life. So, try to use it wisely. This is not one of those times where you should be stubborn. Squall, take this. You'll probably need it. And we received an elixir. Second best healing item in the game. It heals all HP and cures all status ailments in Final Fantasy VIII. Ouch, sorry. So, as far as other Final Fantasy games are concerned... Hey, Squall. Who are you? What? Oh man, it's me! We passed the seed exam together. I can't believe you forgot. Oh yeah. Gee. Well, it's just like you to forget. Go on, I got this place covered. Thanks, dude. The headmaster isn't here. I know that already. Kawasaki pretty much told us that he isn't here either. Sue? Oh dear. Well, at least now we know where Sue is. She's right here. She went up? As far as where? I think she went up to the second floor, so let's pursue her. She may, actually have the answers as far as, where Sid is. Why is this happening? What's going on here? But before we can even get to Sue, we do need to take care of, these monsters that are roaming the halls here. No running in the halls. Your parents will hear about this. You should know better. Of course. Another swing and a miss. Alrighty then. So like I said, I'm gonna be looking into possibly getting this whole camera thing fixed up. Hopefully I can fix it. Then again, maybe I'm gonna try reactivating it again after I get done this section. Awesome. You ability learned. Let's see. Who learned it? It was you. Okay. Alright, there's a couple of moves we can have Carbuncle learn. And I think I'm gonna have him learn, let's see. Let's have him learn Counter. It may take a while to learn it, but trust me, the efforts will be worth it. Alright, I'm gonna see if this will work now. This webcam thing. By webcam, I mean my GoPro Hero 6. Let's see if this can get back up and running. So, excuse me for just a moment. Properties. Okay, good. The camera has been restored. There we go. Alright. Okay, that's weird. Boop. All better. So if you run into one of those weird glitches where the image is completely distorted with random textures, just Alt-Tab out of the game again and re-enter. And the game will be restored, no problem. Okay. Now let's get back into the swing of things. Hopefully my freaking GoPro doesn't shit the bed again. Also, new area. What is this? Whose side are you on? Neither. We have urgent news. We need to see the headmaster now. Where is he? I'm listening. Galvanian missiles may be heading this way. Here? Alright, I'll inform him right away. Where is he? In his office. We made it look like he's hiding, but he's been there all along. Wow, who knew? Thanks, Sue. Follow me. We'll follow you in just a second. First off, we have a couple of monsters to take down, and we also have a couple of doors to investigate. Chance for our first strike, eh? That sounds fun. Let's murder some monsters for funsies. So, again, I don't know why the GoPro and the Elgato cam lights seem to have this random issue where, perhaps, maybe it's because I have this camera constantly plugged into a charger? That could be it. Since it's constantly plugged into a charger at all times, so that way it stays active, maybe it's because of that it shut itself off after a while. I don't know why, but, whatever. I'll have to look into, getting that set up later and maybe look into, fixing that, issue within the camera itself. Alright, let's see. What can we have you learn next? Cover sounds like a pretty useful move, but, honestly, I don't find it to be that useful. Let's have him learn Spirit Junction, Emergency Exit, or Emergency Use Only. Ooh. Who knows if that's going to come into play sometime soon. Yeah, that's true. I never had this problem at all. Don't know why it's happening now. I love this weather, this breeze. It's perfect. Oh wow, he's sleeping. Don't know why he's even there, but anywho, I think you can challenge him to a card game. I could be wrong. But for right now, there's not really much of a point of going out there right now. But there will be a point later. That's for sure. Can't go into the classroom, unfortunately. But at least now we know where the headmaster is. And that is all the way up on the 3rd floor, back in his office. So, at this point, you're not even given an option. You have to head up to the headmaster's office. He's waiting for you. Thanks, Sue. I'll go tell everyone to evacuate. Good idea. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Sir! Sue has told me about the missiles. The intercom is down, so we can't announce the order to evacuate. Sue, Raijin, and Fujin are taking care of that. I want you to assist them and then evacuate. What's on your mind? But I have a lot to report. You can tell me later. You might be dead later. Do you have a problem with that? Yeah, what are you going to do? Sir, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here and see this to the end. After all, this place is like my home. No, you can't! Seriously. Just don't. This isn't worth it. Just come with us, please. You can always rebuild this place. Yes, indeed. I don't think that's a good idea. You can rest assured, I am just going to try something. There still may be a way to save the garden. How so? Oh! Are you alright? Against missiles? How? I'm too old for this. Sir, I'd like to handle whatever it is that you're planning. And why is that? I don't know, because you might screw up? Because I want to do more than just then announce the evacuation, because this place is important to me too. Because I want to find out your plan, because this is my home. I have too many reasons. I don't know why. Who cares? My feelings have nothing to do with it, sir. Quistis was right. Really? You do have a hard time expressing your feelings. Why bother? And what is this? Why am I being judged? Sir, please tell us your plan. This building used to be a shelter long before it was remodeled into the garden as you know it. Ooh, what's this? Use that key to open the lock on the elevator. As I receive an email from Epic Games, basically telling about the Fortnite crossover with NFL. And I don't care about that. Opening the lock will give you access to the mid-level. Rumor has it that further below the mid-level there is some kind of control system. It was used when this place was still a shelter, so I've never seen it. And I have no idea what it does. All I know is that it was used for the shelter, so it might prove effective against the missiles. That's what I'm betting on. Sounds pretty far-fetched, but I guess it's better than doing nothing. I understand. We'll find the control system and check it out. Good luck to you all. Thank you, sir. We'll make you proud. And I believe you can challenge him to a card game here. Who knows what you may run into down there, and make sure you're prepared before you go down. Good idea. Let me make sure everyone is fully prepared. And for strength, I'm going to actually change this from fire to a different spell. And the reason why is within the mid-level, you kind of want to equip a elemental effect on your weapon. And that elemental effect is none other than fire itself. Because once we head down to mid-level, a lot of enemies down there will are considered super weak to fire-based attacks. Alright, I think I'm going to put Thunder here. And Magic, I think I'm going to put a different spell here. As far as what? Not 100% sure. Let's see. Well, at least for this part, the good news is we get to hear this badass song again. I think I'll put Scan here just because. Oh. Okay, there is one other thing I didn't even realize until just now. You can actually save your progress here after talking to Sid. Watch Sam get a GameCube adapter. Oh, I had no idea she did an unboxing video of that. I'll have to check that out later. Feel free to send me a link to that, either via Facebook message or in the chat here. I'll have to look into it later. But yeah, I did see that Sam got a GameCube adapter from her Facebook page. Okay, let's see here. How can we get to the mid-level? After inserting the key into the elevator, we'll ride it all the way down. And so the missiles start making their way towards Balamb. Oh dear. It looks like we don't have very much time left before the missile strike occurs. Uh-oh. Huh? Uh-oh, power went out. Hey, there's no way I'm gonna get stuck in here. It's just an elevator. There's always a way out. That's true. If an elevator stops and there's no response from the control panel whatsoever, remember, there's always a way out. Most of the time there is a fail-safe, like under the floorboards, underneath the elevator, there's a removable hatch. Either it's above the elevator or below the elevator. Either way, there is a removable hatch where you can open up and climb. Climb your way out to the next floor or elsewhere. Alright, Squall. Nobody's been here for a while, so be careful. Yeah, I saw that too. And I even left a comment on her receiving the Blue Yeti saying, yeah, that is sweet. Just be sure to keep the blue symbol, the blue logo facing you, and you should get the highest quality out of the microphone possible. Funny enough, that's the same microphone I use. And whoa, the elevator's coming down. Uh-oh. Sounds like trouble. Indeed it is, as the elevator came crashing down. Now there's no way back. So now we just need to open up this hatch. Oh, there we go. Sam also mentioned that she got that GameCube adapter along with the Blue Yeti. It was like 2 separate posts. That's what I saw. An oil stratum. Watch for enemies weak against fire around here. If you junction fire elemental magic, battle should be much easier. We have elemental attack. We have the elemental attack J ability. Yeah, we do. If we have the elemental attack J ability, we can junction magic to increase the strength of our physical attacks for that magic's element. For example, if you junction fire to the elemental attack, when you choose attack, the fire element will be added to your physical attacks. This way you have the advantage over enemies that are weak against fire. Junctioning magic to elemental attack, I remember how. Okay, let's go. You can actually go over the whole tutorial again of junctioning elemental attacks if you want to do so, but honestly, that's a waste of time. Don't do it. It's not like you'll get anything substantial from it anyway. And we've been junctioning magic all this time anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. But even so, try to equip fire magic for this area, as far as elemental attacks are concerned. So that way you'll have an easier time dealing with enemies that are down here. Speaking of junctioning, let me make sure. Yep, you can use, you don't have fire. Well, dang. Let's see. How about you? You have fire. Alright, that works too. Alright, let's head into this door. What's this? What a strange looking valve. To open the valve, hit square repeatedly for 10 seconds. Begin after the message. Damn it. As you go about this and do this repeatedly, more party members will help you out as far as turning this valve is concerned. You can finish this with either 2 or 3 party members, and whatever happens, it makes opening this thing easier, so you require less button presses overall. So, let's try this again. Done! Phew! Good God Almighty. That hurt. A little. Alright. Now that that's been successfully turned, we can finally exit out of this room. And would you look at that, a new path is opened. Let's head on down this ladder and see where it takes us. See how far this rabbit hole goes. Not literally. Also, great view for Squall! Though now's not the time for those kind of shenanigans, it's still funny to take a look at it anyway. As if we were frickin' Oolong from Dragon Ball. Just saying. Okay. Over here we have a full life. Wow, sweet. 9 full lives. And here we are. We're almost out of here. We just got a few more obstacles to take care of. Here's one of them. And dead. Watch as it falls down like a deflated balloon. That's hilarious. Okay. There is one other thing that could also link to why my regular camera was shitting the bed earlier. It could also be due to the fact that my webcam is also connected. I may have to try disconnecting it later. A dead end? We have to climb up again? So, like, where does it go? Way, way high into the air. That looks like a control room if I ever seen one. Looks like it's connected to that room. So, Squall, well, now what? Let's see, we have to decide between 3 separate options. We have no choice. Let's go. I'll go check it out, and someone else go check it out. I'll go check it out first, just to be sure it's safe. I'll go take a look. You two wait here. Just to be sure this ladder is fully safe and secure, because the last thing we need to do is endanger our comrades and put them in the risk of possibly dying. Uh-oh. As I thought! Oh my. What is this? Wow, this looks like some sort of control panel. This looks interesting. Oh my. We opened something up. And now, half of the head collapsed after that collision, so no way can I go down this way. Only one way to go. Back the same way we came in. Looks like I'll have to use this ladder again. Let's climb down now. Squall, are you okay? Yeah. Gee whiz, that sure was close, eh? Yeah. Yeah, but this is no time to be relieved. The missiles might be on their way. Indeed. Let's get going. Just scan this part of the railing here, where the green light is flashing. Open up the gate. And let's head down. Down, down, down. To the bottom of the sea. And we have a save point here. Definitely make use of the save point now. Trust me, you're going to need it. What's this switch do? Well, absolutely nothing. Of course. Alrighty then. Great. We have a monster. What do we have here? Oh my. Looks like a couple of blobs as well as one of those deadly vampire-like things that kind of looks like a jellyfish. Well, whatever he is, he's ugly. He's dead. Really? Okay. Boom, baby. Wait, why did he just... Okay, never mind. I was like, why did he just vanish? What the heck is that about? I think the best way of going about this first is, first off, getting rid of this frickin' jellyfish thing. Then afterwards, you can cast some spells on these blobs here and completely annihilate them. Of course, that's going to be easier said than done. And you can also turn them into cards, too. Let's see. Do I have a Suna? Yes, I do. Gotta love that good old darkness. My old friend. We're just simply the best of friends. As I completely miss the frickin' gunblade again. Let's see. Suna and Squall. Not that he really needs it, but good to give him. Actually, I think he's completely cleared out. Or not. Never mind. Not too bad. The best way of getting rid of these guys is to hammer them with a random element and pray to God that they're weak to that element. Because, believe it or not, these things do have elemental weaknesses. However, that weakness in particular is random for each one of these things that you encounter. Some may be weak to fire, others may be weak to thunder, some may be weak to thunder, or some other element that you can't just pull out of your frickin' butthole. I'm just saying. And these guys do have a good amount of HP. I think roughly around 400 from the last time I scanned them. And I scanned these guys during my practice playthrough, by the way. That's how I know this information. Here we go. Another card added to the collection. Card really is probably one of the best commands you can learn in the entire game. Okay then, I guess I am supposed to flip that switch somehow. Well, I'm dumb. Dang it. Well, whatever, it's fine. Oh, great. More of these things? Well, this is lame. Oh well, let's get this over with. Nice and quick. And running is an option, though it may take some time, and it's also not recommended unless you really are in a really big pickle and you have no choice but to run or else face dire consequences. Just saying. But for the most part, though, try not to run unless you absolutely have to. Here we are. Again, fire magic is really, really helpful here. And for the upcoming boss, I think it too is also weak to fire, so if free would be a great option and a great GF to have equipped. And also unleashes power to the frickin' maximum. The highest it can possibly go. Just so that way you can clear the boss nice and quickly. As for right now, though, we still have the matter of clearing everyone else out here and flipping the switch somehow. Though I tried to scan it earlier, I don't know why it didn't register the input. Perhaps I was not pushing the right button at the right place? I don't know. Guess we'll find out momentarily. As soon as we can get out of this frickin' battle. Awesome. Learned some new junctions, so that's sweet. Let's see. As far as having you, what I have you learn next? Vitality Junction, definitely. You are going to learn. How about Vitality Junction? Let's have you learn. You know what? Let's just keep you at the. Let's have you learn GFHP plus 10%. You're still working on those. Diablos is just about done with Mug, which is awesome to see. What does Mug do exactly? Well, it changes your attack command, and upon equipping the ability, what it'll do is it will essentially allow you to steal items and attack enemies at the same time. So that's pretty nice to see. Very, very nice, especially if you're item hunting. But yeah, it does take quite a while to be able to learn such an ability. But trust me, once you acquire it, it's going to be worth it. I could also equip something like no encounters right now, so that way I can proceed onward to the next part without having to worry about random encounters. Ow! That was quite deadly. And kind of surprising, too. Kind of wish that would have worked there. Oh well, it's fine. I don't think I even encountered these particular enemies in the sewer before. Ooh, poison gas. Oh my. Normal shot. That sounds fun. Let's unleash our power. Give it everything we got. Taste the leg! Okay. Well, dang. Well, unfortunately, we are kind of blinded and also afflicted with silence. Thankfully, though, we do have Isuna. Irrelevant. Battle's over. And we received the Tri-Face card. Well, since we didn't get off the spell, everyone's still afflicted with those status ailments. And thankfully, it seems though. Okay, never mind. I thought you could still use magic even if you're silenced in the menus. Turns out that's not the case. That is not the case at all. Alright. Since you've learned Mug, let's have you learn a new ability. Dark Side. That sounds like a fun command. Let's learn it. That sounds fun. Let's see. Junction Squall. And ability. Learn Mug and Strength plus 20%. So as you can see, the attack command has now been changed to Mug, so whenever Squall attacks anyone physically, he will not only deal damage to the enemy, but he will also steal an item from them, potentially. Though there is still the possibility where that may not work. Also, hello! What the hell are these things? They look like squids, and they are ugly as sin. Let's kill them. Let's see, brothers, all of them work. And Ifrit, go. Go, Ifrit! I don't think you can turn these guys into cards, so don't even bother trying it. But then again, yep, can't turn them into a card. I thought so. Ooh. Well, that was definitely something. Okay, brothers. Time to unleash your fun and fury. Also pick up part of the sewer water, too, just for funsies. Okay. Charge this back up, please. Gotta say, that was not the best charge on it. Especially after screwing up like that. Oh well, that's alright. We can still get through this without too much of a problem. Especially with the Freet on our side. That's for sure. Ow! How are these things so damn strong? It's like they suck at ya. After grasping onto ya and acting like frickin' vampires. Yet they don't recover, thankfully. They just deal a lot of damage as a result. There we go. Oh, nice. nearly 2,000 damage. Oh, what's this? Ow! Dude! That hurt! Don't be like that, you bugger! What's this, a counterattack now? Well, whatever it is, it's, very, very bad. Free... Actually... Full life. Now. Good thing I've, had Squall hold back a little bit. There we go. There's full life. What that does, it revives the target and fully restores their HP. Ooh, this looks fun. Let's do it. Faded Circle! Here's a new move that the Squall can learn after acquiring the second variation of his Gunblade. Nice. Unfortunately, this is going to hurt a bit. Thankfully, it seems like Oil Blast can't kill, as far as I'm aware. Or can it? I don't know. Either way, I don't plan on finding out anytime soon. At least I hope not. Woo! 163! Sweet! That, my friends, is a new record, as far as charging a GF's ability is concerned. And I think these things are finally dead. Yep! Woohoo! Alright! Damn! That took forever! But we have to hurry, they might be coming any minute now. Okay, now that that is done, let's go ahead and cure everyone and make sure everyone's back up on their feet. Thank you very much. There we go. Alright, now that everyone's all healed up, let's head on down. Head down to the deepest part of this underground shelter and figure out what the mystery of this place is truly about. Uh-oh. Missiles are getting closer. Looks like they've finally made their course. They're about to reach Balamb. So, yeah, we're in some serious trouble here. We gotta get moving. Strangely, it seems as though the missiles themselves are alive, like they're monsters. Or biological weapons. That would not be very surprising. Okay, well, the missiles are almost here, so there's still the matter of getting, looks like we're here. What are we supposed to do here? Just gotta push buttons and see what happens. How am I supposed to know? Even the headmaster doesn't know. Let's see what this does. Nothing. There we go. That seemed like it didn't do anything. Do you know what you're doing, Squall? I don't know. What else can I do? Uh-oh. Something's happening. Uh-oh. Huh? I think they may have done something. Well, whatever it did, it activated some sort of machine. As far as what that thing is. I think we're about to find out what that is right now. Was the headmaster just there momentarily? Like, a very small character model of him was there. Uh-oh, speaking of which... Whoa! Whoa! Now that is cool as crap. Alrighty, well, thank you for stopping by, Jomar. And, thanks again for the host. I'll see you later. So after hitting that switch, this strange tower appeared, And the ring that was floating on top of Balamb Garden is now moving to the bottom. And now essentially is giving Balamb Garden its wings. So what does that mean? No way! Missiles incoming! Well, we're about to find out what this means right now. Because here come the missiles. Whoa, shit. Well then. Crisis averted. It looks like the garden just managed to escape the blast of the missiles and just the missiles in general just in time. But now we have the matter of controlling this thing as it just floats around and it's just heading forward, heading out somewhere. We're moving? Yeah, it appears that we are. I see. So this is the secret. I wonder what is going on outside. I wonder that myself. Come on, Squall, let's go. Okay, that sounds fine with me. Yeah, let's go take a look, Squall. I guess we'll take a look and see what's going on. I'm concerned about the others. Can you go check? Yes, I'll go. It's like, not like we have much of a choice anyway, so might as well get going. Let me check Renoa's status real quick, just to be sure she's learned okay, yeah, she's learned Invincible Moon for quite a while. So, you know what, I'm just gonna have her continue working on Angelo Recover. Since we did start on the move temporarily until we acquired Invincible Moon. Can't believe I forgot to unequip that. Oh well. Okay, let's check up on everyone. Looks like everyone's running around in circles like a headless chicken. What's going on? I was hiding for a while and now I see all this chaos. Man, I'm really scared. Obviously you're not, eh? I don't know. Oh, well, take care. Okay, let's see what... Oh, confident as always. Random guy just, running around the halls. Member number 109. Great name. What the hell is this? Nobody told us that this thing can fly. Well, it's not really flying. It's more like falling with style. Let's make sure everyone's alright. Man, what the hell were we doing? Sitting around doing nothing while those things were coming at us. Ah, my back's killing me. Mine's alright. This is crazy. Okay, just calm down, take a deep breath. Phew! What about you, miss? Okay, then screw you. It's incredible! Go check it out! Okay. We'll go check this out then. And, of course we can't really use the emergency exit yet, but trust me, we'll be able to use it soon enough. Well, would you look at that? What a view! It looks as though, the world is just moving all around us. Wow! What a great view! Don't you think, Squall? Yeah, I have to agree. Pretty nice view out here. Okay, let's head back inside. View and fun is over. We still have the matter of, everything else. It's the headmaster! Get back to the bridge on the double! Uh-oh. What the hell is going on now? Squall, the controls aren't responding. I don't know what to do. We're going to crash into the town of Balamb if we don't do something. No way. Can't we do something? Oh man, there's the town. Squall, Can you think of anything? No! Squall, do something! We're closing! Do something! How should I know? Damn it! Just pushing whatever buttons and pray something works. Now what? Yes, we're turning! And crisis averted. We just barely missed colliding in the town of Balamb. Phew, that was close. Oh my gosh, we're going to crash into the sea. Everyone hold on to something. Thankfully, falling into the sea is not that big of a deal. Sure, it shakes things up, but honestly, it's not that bad. Phew! Squall, everyone, a job well done. I think the worst is behind us for now. Indeed. Where are we heading? We'll drift along for the time being until we figure out how to maneuver the garden. So it looks like we can finally relax for a while and spend some time considering what to do next. Sounds like a good idea. So much for my room. Where am I gonna change now? Nobody knows for the time being. Only way to find out is just to let the garden drift away and proceed on with the next part of the game. How long has it been since we started moving? There's not much more to do now. We've taken care of all the monsters in the garden. Oh yeah, I still have to report to the headmaster. There's a lot of things I want to ask about too. And my camera just shot the bed again. Excuse me. God damn it, my controller fell onto the frickin' floor. God damn it. Stupid cam link. Oh, of course. It shut off again. Maybe this thing is getting too hot. I don't know if this thing is like getting really, really hot or what. There we go. Camera's been restored for now. Let me make sure it's back in its proper position, which I don't think it is. No, it's not. And it just shot itself again. Damn it! It shut itself off again. There's definitely a problem with it. It seems to be overheating. Jesus flip. Why is this such a huge problem with the frickin' camera? It's been doing this for quite a while now. And it's been over 15 days, so I have no way of taking this back to the store. So I can't exactly exchange this camera for another one. Man, why does this have to be such a pain in the ass? Okay, I'm gonna wait just a minute before I continue. Make sure it doesn't shut off. I think we're good for the time being. Oh, of course. This time we have a bunch of other textures. Is this never gonna stop? You gotta be shitting me. And it's been a while since I saved progress last. So why does it seem like whenever I alt-tab out of the game now, random textures just jarble up the screen? Well, crap. Well, the game just shut itself, so unfortunately it seems like we lost progress. So, it doesn't look like there's any way I'm going to be able to get this back up and running until, unless I exit out of the game and reload it, which looks like that's something I'm going to have to do. Thankfully, we can get through this nice and quickly, thanks to the power of being able to fast forward through everything. But, I really wish it didn't have to come down to it, but it doesn't look like I have much of a choice. Because the game is literally shitting itself now. So, that's unfortunate. Oh well. Like I said, we can fast forward through everything. Thank God. Thankfully, it's not like the PS1 days where we would have no choice but to sit through all of this crap again. Wrong slot. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I'm just gonna change the junction, squall, and ability, and I'm gonna equip encounter none just for the time being. Just until we can get past these bastards again. Right, I still have to fight them. Shit. Well, like I said, thankfully it's not too bad. We just gotta clear through them, and we should be able to do so relatively quickly now. All because my damn camera had to shut itself off mid-recording. Okay, if it does that shit again, then I'm just gonna have to say screw it and just stick to the webcam. By webcam, I mean the C922. Just until, wait, maybe I should draw from these guys. I have a feeling that these guys have a GF that I just don't remember them having. Well, we'll take care of that real quick. Damn it! Ah. Hate that stupid crap. Oh my god. Disable fast forward, damn it! Let's see. Okay. No other spells are here, so, stock up and that. Do that. You know what, screw it. Fast forward. That's better. Alright, let's slice and dice some frickin' squids! Again! Okay. Oh, come on. Seriously? And you have no life either, so that's really unfortunate. Okay, Squall, get up. We kind of need your help here. Oh, you have got to be shitting me right now. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me with that bullshit? That is unfair. Absolutely unfair. I can't believe that. I cannot believe I just got a frickin' game over against those frickin' squids. Now I'm twice as frickin' pissed. You know what? Screw this. Everyone dies. Now. I don't care. I do not care. Everyone dies. I'm going to keep the superpower cheat active for right now. Just to show you how freaking powerful this thing truly is. Like I said, it deals 9,999 damage on command. So, upon landing your next attack, when you activate the cheat, that's when the, when you can deal maximum damage all the time. Junction, right. Looks like, where am I supposed to go again? Mug, encounter none. Okay. Okay, let's just say, screw these frickin' squids! Die, die, done. Okay, let's try this again. Again, thank God for the ability to fast forward through this crap. So that way we don't have to worry so much about having to redo everything all over again. Well, we kind of still have to anyway, but thankfully we can do it 4 times as fast. Yep. Okay. Fire this thing up, and once again the miniature headmaster just appears within the room, for whatever reason. Okay, here come the missiles, explosions. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's head on down, confirm everyone's okay. The thing about the 4 times speed is, despite it being super convenient and very, very handy, it also throws off your controls considerably. Because it makes things so much more sensitive, and this problem was also present within Final Fantasy XII's International Zodiac Job System, as well as the Zodiac Age. With great speed comes loss of control. Just saying. Here we are. Phew. Okay. Alright, now we're finally back to where we were. Just gotta wait for the game to catch back up. Okay. Oh yeah, I still have to report to the headmaster. There's a lot of things I want to ask about, too. He's probably still busy, trying to re-establish order to the garden. Speaking of which, my camera decides to shit the bed again! Because the camera shuts off due to bullshit! Okay, this thing obviously is not getting power anymore. So, I'm gonna have to find another power source. Or something. And the camera deactivated itself. Well, crap. And I don't want to alt-tab out of the game again. So, look at the black screen. Look at nothing but darkness. I've been overtaken by darkness. Okay, excuse me for just a second. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to have to plug this in elsewhere. Okay. I would plug it over here, but I would have to unplug my phone charger. Screw it. I'm going to have to do it for the time being. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Again, I apologize for all these technical problems that I seem to be experiencing today. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Why is it acting all stupid? Just seems like no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get the bastard to cooperate. Almost seems like a waste of money and a really bad investment at this point. Probably my biggest financial blunder yet. hopefully it doesn't do it again now that I plugged it into my main power strip on the left-hand side of my desk, where I plug in basically all of my most important things, including my external hard drive, my router, my monitors, as well as my computer speakers. So, and even the computer itself is plugged into this power strip. So everything should be fine for the time being, at least fingers crossed. Please, for the love of God, please let this be good. Please. I am so sick of dealing with this stupid crap. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. Okay, back to the story. Again, we're in the middle of nowhere. Man, I'm bored. I hate having nothing to do. It gets me thinking too much. I hate being bored too, so you're not the only one. Trust me. I hope Sylphie and the others are alright. Was it wrong for me to let them go? I wonder how Quistis and Zell felt about it. That sorceress. Who is she? Why fire missiles at the garden? Is Cypher ever coming back? I'll get even with him next time. Technically speaking, we did beat him before. Still, though. Hey, Renoa, what's up? Hey. You look so adorable sleeping like a baby. Come on, get up. Let's go. Go where? Give me a tour of the garden. Is this another one of your orders? No, I just want you to show me around, you know, to get acquainted with the place. Please? Fine. At least it gives Squall something to do, better than sitting around all day being bored. So with that, Renoa has rejoined our party for now, our active party, that is. Okay, junction. Let me make sure everyone still has a junction, though. Yep, Irvine still has his junction, so he's good to go. Let me make sure everyone else still has something going on. You know what, I'll just have them keep learning that. You're still working on counter. Alright. Now, as far as Squall is concerned, we just need to disable encounter none, switch that for strength plus 20%. Just so that way, now everything should be in working order. Now that I changed power strips, and besides, another thing too is the power strip I had this camera hooked to previously. It was a basic power strip, just a basic white power strip. It's nothing really that big, and it only holds a couple of outlets, and that's it. And the power brick, which allows me to hook up a USB charger to the camera itself, is very, very bulky. But I kind of wish this thing came with it, but whatever. This place is huge. Do you think it's bigger than Balamb Garden? Who knows? I wonder why she brought that up. Maybe we'll have another interaction with Balamb Garden in the near future. What's over there? What's over here? The cafeteria. What about over there? The parking lot. Squall, I really appreciate you showing me around. But can you try to make it a little more fun, you know, like a normal tour? What does she want from me? Like gumdrops and lollipops and crap? Who knows? Here, I believe, is the where we can hold the garden festival. And this place will come in handy later. I believe Squall... Not Squall, but okay, that's weird. I just noticed this now, but those two people were merged with each other. As if reality was completely distorted for a short period of time. Well, granted, you can still walk through people too, as they have no collision detection for whatever reason. One thing I kind of wish would happen is if this game would get a remake. I kind of would prefer if this game got a remake instead of Final Fantasy VII, but that's just me. Oh, hello, what's going on here? You know what? I'm never going to forget about my garden friends. Yeah, let's be sure to keep in touch even after we graduate. And let me know right away when you get yourself a boyfriend! There, that goes for everyone, promise? No problem, I promise. I promise. Oh, that's cute. I'm worried about Mom and Pop back in Balamb, but I knew a time like this would come eventually. A time for me to embark on a never-ending journey. Well, that sounds neat. Man, just gazing at the ocean kind of makes you forget about all the studying we've endured. Ain't that something? Boundless ocean. I wonder what's to become of us. Don't think we'll be graduating for a while. I don't mind, just enjoy the moment. Wish we could go far, far away. Oh, believe me, we will be doing that. Now that the garden is mobile, we just need to figure out how to control the thing, and then we should be able to make it mobile without an issue. But for right now, though, we're kind of set adrift for the time being, as I get stuck on the frickin' stairs. What is this, Castlevania or Final Fantasy? Just saying. Just saying. Can't believe we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes just about. Hi there, Squall. Oh my, it's not every day I see you walk around with a girl. Is she your girlfriend? No. No, I'm just showing her around. Squall. Gosh, can't you just say yes for fun? Screw you! Alright then, yes. Oh. Say it like you mean it. You guys are cute. Oh, do you guys know where Headmaster Sid is? That guy works too hard. Tell him to come see me when you see him. Sure. I'll be sure to let him know to come and see you when we get the chance. Okay? For right now, though, we just need to get going. As far as where we can go right now, after Renoa rejoins us, we can, oh, hello. Student ID number 41,269. Squall? Yes? The Garden Master wishes to see you. Report to the Master's room right away. Where is the Master's room? Take the elevator to level basement 1. You have permission. Whoa. Okay. Well, now we have access to a brand new floor, which we never had access to before. For a while, I seriously wondered what would happen to us. I mean, really, I never wanted to go through that again. It was the Master's orders to hunt down Headmaster Sid and Seed. That started everything. That's right. But who is this Master guy anyway? Speaking of which, I've never met him before either. I'm still worried. Me too. I wonder if everything's really okay. Well, I kind of wondered that myself. I think if we head towards the elevator, there may be a save point around here. No? Okay, I believe at this point you kind of want to save progress before you go meet this Garden Master, for sure. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be in some serious trouble. Funny enough, all this time we've never met this Garden Master, and he's made out to be this almighty, all-knowing entity. Whatever he is, it just doesn't sound very friendly. He sounds like a real asshole and a real asshat. So, since he wants to see us specifically, I feel like now's a good idea to honor that arrangement and just go take a look, see what he's about. What does he want with us? Why does he want to see us in the first place? Does he want to talk to us about some sort of financial opportunities? Does he want to give us a loan? Does he want to sell us a house out in the countryside? Nobody knows as of right now. Alright, let's head down to the basement. And welcome to the basement floor. What a strange place. Please, listen to me. The headmaster's here? And it looks like Irvine decided to join us. That's good. What's going on? Good question. What? I just felt like coming... What? I just felt like coming down here. I'm not following you or anything. Let go of me. I'm not finished. Greedy son of a bitch. Why do I even bother talking to you? Seeds were brought up for the future, and that future is now. Why can't you understand? Ass. Damn it. I should have never trusted you. I wish I could go back 10 or so years to tell myself that you're nothing but a money-grubbing son of a bitch. Then I would have never built this place. You okay? Squall? You heard everything? Yes. I'm embarrassed, but sometimes even old men like me lose their temper. Let's get out of here. Oh. Sir, I still have to give you my report. Please come to my office later. Sure thing. Will do. First, though, we still have the matter of dealing with, Mr. NORG here. You're the seed who's returned from Galbadia, correct? Yes. It's about time. Master NORG has been waiting for you. Come. Well, we will definitely check him out after we head over here and see what's up. It's just an invisible wall. Of course it is. Okay then. Let me go ahead and junction another ability for you then. Let's do instead of card, we're gonna do GF, then draw, and we're gonna keep you on item. There we go. Renoa's abilities have been set once again. Whenever Master NORG calls you, be sure to be there within 3 seconds. You're 3 seconds late. And here he is. Master NORG himself. He looks like a frickin' squid. Looks like frickin' Squidward's grandfather. This is the Garden Master? The proprietor of Garden? He's not human? Come to think of it, we didn't know anything about him. What a shock. Give your report on the sorceress. Now where do I start? Answer him quickly. Be concise. Okay. We failed to assassinate Sorceress Ida. It's gonna be a sad report. Confirmation of Headmaster Sid's order was made at Galbadia Garden. After Irvine Canas of Galbadia Garden joined our party, we set off to carry out the Sorceress assassination order from Balamb and Galbadian Gardens. Balamb and Galbadian's orders? You were fooled! Fooled? How? I don't understand. Explain to them! Master NORG has known about the alliance between the president of Galbadia and the sorceress. He heard it from the Galbadian Garden Master himself. The Galbadian Garden Master? The Master of Galbadian Garden is a subordinate of mine named Martin. Yes, in fact, the sorceress and garden are closely connected. That's why the sorceress will definitely try to gain hold of all gardens. So Master NORG sent an official order to Galbadian Garden. It was to kill the sorceress, and assassination was thought to be the best means. But that sly weasel Martini used you as a last resort for the assassination. He gave that order to place the blame on me. That bastard! Are you saying that Balamb Garden had nothing to do with that order? Oh, wow. You just happened to show up before the mission was to be carried out. They used you. And my camera shut off again. Damn it! Well, crap baskets. Again, I don't know. I think this has something to do with the fact that the camera is getting so freaking hot. Or maybe it's just because it's inactive for so long. I have no idea. Okay, can you turn back on for me, please? Of course not. You're gonna be one of those, huh? I feel like when I updated this camera last, the auto shutoff settings were overwritten and changed back to default, so I'm gonna have to change the camera settings back to where they were previously. So for right now, I think for the rest of the stream, since this is such a big issue that I simply can't resolve during the stream, I'm just gonna stick to the C922. Just for right now, until we can get this all sorted out. Alright, back to the game. But the operation failed. The sorceress is still alive. And the sorceress retaliated, just as we suspected. No doubt it was the sorceress who ordered the missile attacks. Something must be done to calm the sorceress's anger. Wait a minute, that's just... In order to do so, we need to hand over those involved in the assassination to the sorceress. We had to show Balamb Garden's sincerity. Offer the seeds, head on a silver platter, and pretend we obey the sorceress. What? We aren't... Why aren't we fighting the sorceress? What about all the training we endured every day? What good is it? What did you say? You lost to the sorceress! Quit your whining! There we go. I really needed that. Headmaster Sid was saying the same thing. Hey, hey! Sid? That idiot Sid dispatched Seed to kill the sorceress. And if you fail, this garden will be done for. My garden, it will all be over. That idiot Sid, has he forgotten that it was I who put put up the money to establish Garden. I wanted to offer the Sorceress Sid's head along with seeds. I offered the students to find Sid, but they sided with him. This is my garden. No, it's not just yours. Then what is it? Is it Sid and Ida's? That pathetic married couples? What? Whoa! What a twist! The headmaster and Ida are married? I don't get it. Now I understand. Sid and Ida are trying to take Garden away from me. You're one of Sid's followers, aren't you? Prepare to die! Squall! And here we go. It's time to fight Master NORG himself, aka the Garden Master, to rule them all. So, we can't quite blue, yellow, red. Lots of magic when red. As long as color stays, I will attack Seed with magic. Well then. This is definitely gonna be something. Let's see. Each of these different parts of NORG's structure can draw different magic spells. And each of them do have their own individual spells. I think I'm gonna try summoning Carbuncle. Even though he's gonna look like a pile of meat again, unfortunately. There may be a fix out there, though I haven't really looked into it too much. There is a possibility where installing a high-definition mod for Guardian Forces will also allow you to will also fix Carbuncle and make it so he's not a big pile of meat when he appears. But really, it's not that big of a deal, but even so. I don't like the fact that it's so messed up, which is really unfortunate. I don't know why he looks like this. Again, it normally does not look like that at all. He looks a lot different. More so closer to where the character avatar looks like normally. For right now, though, we just gotta deal as much damage as we possibly can against these NORG pods and the main front part of NORG's pod itself. Just unleash all of your GFs, unleash their power, and just deal as much damage as you can. You may not be able to deal any damage once the pods become red, unfortunately, but eventually, if you deal enough damage to the middle part of this whole pod thing, Master NORG himself will appear, and once he does, get ready to draw from him. Because, believe it or not, he has the next GF of which we can acquire from. Don't forget to do this. Otherwise, you won't get another chance to get it until, like, the very end of the game. Okay, are you gonna open up? Ah, this spell. Okay. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. It's not like we really had anything active going anyway besides Reflect. And besides, this spell only targets one person. So it's not that big of a deal. We can always recast Ruby Light and re-unleash its power without too much of a problem. Zappity zap zap! Lady dude. Wow, not exactly a lot of damage going on here. Probably because these pods are filled to the frickin' brim with magic power. Okay. Let's go ahead and Unleash everything we got. Bada bing, bada boom. Again, not very much damage, but trust me, we are slowly yet surely doing something here. It just requires a lot of time, effort, and patience, and lots of damage. Damn it! Freaking double tap. I hate it when I do that. Well, that was bad. Really, really bad. Oh well. Hopefully this will be enough damage. Okay, maybe not with that damage value. Dang it. I was thinking maybe that would be enough to bust this stupid thing open. Sadly, that's not going to be the case, as of yet. And you may be wondering, why am I using Carbuncle again? Well, because Irvine's Reflect spell was dispelled, might as well recast it. Might as well recast it and make sure everything is back up and running, make sure everything's fine. Now, time to bring down the pain! Still, I really wish the freaking camera itself, the GoPro Hero 6, wouldn't shut off randomly. Hasn't really done that before until today, so I don't know why it's having this issue. Okay, there we go, finally. The main cover's blown off. Here is NORG. Damn those seats! This is my garden! You can't do as you please! Oh really? I beg to differ. Alright, wrong person. NORG. Draw Leviathan. Leviathan is our next GS. Alright. Now that that's done, it's time to, see if we can, mug NORG himself. That would be hilarious if we could. Then again, probably not, since he is a boss. Like, a literal boss. Quite literally, boss. As in the boss of the garden, he's our next boss who we need to fight, take down. Yeah, it's fine. And now that he's exposed, he will be receiving a ton of damage from us. Couldn't steal. Dang it. And I believe at this point he's going to try to do whatever he can to protect himself. So if you happen to have any sort of dispels or anything of the sort lying around, take that. If you happen to have any sort of okay, really? Oops, wrong target. Stole 2 magic ups. No idea I could even do that. Neat. Anyway, I think what magic up does is, upon using it and giving it to someone, it'll increase their magic permanently. So, that's pretty nice. So, at least that wasn't all for nothing. Zappity zap zap. Unfortunately with Shell, there's also Spirit Dust. Nice. There's also, the power of Shell, it protects against GF's attacks too. As strange as it sounds. It's because the GFs use elemental properties and don't typically use physical attacks. They attack with elemental magic. I think Brothers is the exception? Nope, they are not the exception. They use magic too. Even though they attack physically, they do use an earth attribute. Okay, as far as what you can draw from NORG, you can draw Shell, Protect, and Asuna. Okay. 1 circlet. Interesting. What's this? Ow! Okay, that hurt a little. Thankfully that wasn't too bad. Reflect wall off. Well then, guess it's time to cast Reflect again. With the power Carbuncle. Even though it looks like a pile of meat. Which, again, is probably a side effect due to some of the mods I have engaged. But maybe if I find some sort of HD GS mod, this will fix Carbuncle. I don't know. I'd have to experiment just to be sure. Just to be sure that's indeed going to be the case. It may not be a bad idea to cast Dispel on NORG himself. Let's see. Do I have any Dispels? Yes, I do. I got one. Well, two, technically. There you go. Now that's dealt with. Come on out, meat! Still really strange why Carbuncle looks like that. Gotta love mods sometimes, having a negative effect. But for the most part, that does not happen normally. Wow. Oh, okay. At least we got off the spell just in time. Has nothing. Okay. By the way, I don't think any of these can be inflicted with any sort of status ailments whatsoever, so don't even try doing that. Like trying to cast Silence on NORG himself or anything of the sort. The only sort of thing you can cast on NORG that doesn't deal damage is Dispel. And that's about it. There we are. Psycho Blast again, eh? Anyway, as far as NORG is concerned, he's really not that difficult. Well, at least I think so. He's honestly not that bad. He really isn't. Time to unleash the power of thunder! Thunder time! Let's put NORG to bed! For good. Take this, you freaking jerk! Die! Here we go. Wow. Gotta say, that's some pretty impressive damage right there. Reflect wore off. I will say this, having Reflect on during this battle is very, very helpful to have. So Carbuncle's time to shine is definitely here, that's for sure. If you don't have Carbuncle, then you can use Reflect spells if you happen to have them. Or use an item that gives you an effect of Reflect. So, that's pretty nice. Just something to keep in mind as you're going about this. Another thing that's worth noting too is that even when using the power of your GFs here, even if you're using your GF's power and you attack all targets, including NORG, you still cannot decrease the amount of magic that's stored in each of those orbs. The only way to do so is to attack them physically. So, that is something to keep in mind. Ow! Really? You couldn't target anyone else right now? Let's try Siren. Maybe Siren will be effective against NORG right now. Then again, Siren's not really much of an attack type of GS anyway. Okay. Off you go. Into the stratosphere. Boom. Maybe Earth-type attacks are super effective against NORG. I'm done for! I'm afraid of you! Me! Why me? Oh my! Looks like we killed a man. Fantastic. Here we go. And after all that, we get ourselves another new friend, Leviathan. Gimme. So, like, what's going on, guys? Forget about it for now. I can't believe you said that. I think what just happened is really serious. What's the point of talking about it now? You don't know what's going on either. Jeez, way to be an ass. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel like a helpless puppet being manipulated in some major scheme. Aww. Squall. Yeah, I'm going to see the headmaster. That sounds like a pretty good idea right about now. We need to get some things off our minds. Also, there's a draw point up there. And up here we have Bio. Or whatever it is. I believe it is called Bio. This can only be acquired if you have the move find active and you have and after you defeat NORG. Okay, let's see what we got for you guys. Let's see, strength plus 40% sounds good right about now. As far as you, since you've learned treatment, let's start working on magic plus 20% for you. You, I'm going to have you learn elemental defense J. You are going to work on, let's see, I think status magic refinement. And you are still working on counter. Say hello to the Leviathan. Starts at level 17, which is pretty damn impressive. And let's see what he got. He got Magic Junction and the Recover command. This is essentially a free elixir, kind of. Or more like a free X potion. If you happen to have this command active, you will you'll be able to use this command to fully restore one's HP. So this is a really powerful ability, and it's well worth the investment. There's also Auto Potion, but honestly, this is not worth it. But it is something else you can learn as well. But Auto Potion, what that does is whenever someone is hit who has that ability active, they'll automatically use a potion to heal themselves. Whether they have a regular potion, high potion, X potion, or whatever. Basically, any sort of potion variant, they'll use it automatically upon receiving damage. So, yeah, not that good of an ability to be honest, but even so, still might be nice to have in case of an emergency. But for right now, though, we're pretty much good to go here. We got everything that we need to, so yeah, unfortunately the Garden Master is dead, I think. I mean, he did envelop himself in some sort of orb of light of some kind, though I don't know what kind of orb it is. Either way, let's go ahead and report to the Headmaster and get ready to call this a stream. Because we've been streaming for well over 3 hours now. Speaking of Headmaster, where the hell is he? Huh. You would think he would still be in his office, but apparently not. So I guess we'll just check the second floor and see if he's somewhere around here. He may be here, he may not be here. That, I'm not too sure. Then again, he may actually be at the infirmary. Dr. Kawasaki did inform us to send Headmaster Sid to the infirmary, as she would like to keep her eye on him, but still, it's a good first guess to look. If he's not in his office, let's check elsewhere. You gotta love playing the game of find the headmaster again, like twice in the same frickin' day. Especially in the midst of all this chaos and all this stupid crap that's been going on. Do you need to see the headmaster? Yes, now please. Well, the headmaster is kind of... I'm okay now, Doctor. Are you sure? Yes, I believe I'm done crying. Just take it easy, okay? He's got a lot on his mind. I don't blame him, especially after the ordeal he went through today. You all see me in such an embarrassing state. What shall we talk about? Okay, I want to make a report. I want to make a report, sir. No, it's not necessary. I can guess what must have happened. Are you sure? Okay, let me ask you, what is the real meaning of seed? Please tell me the real meaning of seed. Seed is seed, the elite mercenary force of Balamb Garden. Do you know something about seed? I never know anything. Seed will defeat the sorceress. The garden will train seed members. The many missions around the world are only training for the final battle against the sorceress. But now that the sorceress has become a major threat, well, our true mission has begun. Okay, what's next? Let's ask about Sorceress Ida. Please, tell me about Sorceress Ida. I heard she's your wife. You're quite right. She has been a sorceress since childhood. I married her knowing that. We were happy. We worked together, the two of us. We were very happy. One day, Ida began talking about building the garden and training Seed. I became obsessed with the plan, but I was very concerned with Seed's goal, that one day Seed might fight Ida. She laughed and told me that would never happen. However what? I guess, however, that essentially came into fruition. Let's talk about Master NORG. Tell me about Master NORG. He is from the Shumi tribe, a black sheep of the tribe, one might say. We met while I was running around trying to find funds to build the garden. He became interested in building the garden and we hit it off. Thanks to his funding, it was completed. However, we needed an enormous amount of funds to run the garden. So we began dispatching seeds around the world as a means of supporting the garden. NORG's idea was right on the money. An enormous amount of capital began flowing into the garden. And the garden began to change. Lost sight of our high ideals, the truth was covered up. That's probably enough. In the end, it was my fault for giving up control. Well, kind of is true. Alright, what are we going to do next? What do we do now? We must stop drifting around soon. I only hope that we can get things back to the way they were. Same here, dude. Same here. So, at this point, there's not really much else we can do at this point in time, other than, just, hang back and, take the next part of the game as, we see fit. And, hello. Squall! Squall! What's up, Sue? Have you seen the headmaster around? He's at the infirmary. Sounds like trouble. What's wrong? Go to the second floor deck and see for yourself. There's a ship approaching. It could be Galvanians, or worse, the sorceress might be on board, coming to attack us. I have to tell Headmaster right away. Alrighty then. Well, I guess that's our cue to head towards our next objective. Fantastic! And just after figuring out what it is we had to do next. So, let's head to the second floor, head to the deck, and meet this crew. Hopefully these people won't be assholes and will be nice and friendly and will be willing to work with us. Only one way to find out though, and that is just go meet them and see what they have to say. So here we go. Just take this path all the way to the deck like you did last time, or we did last time. A ship! A Galbalian ship? Whoa. Is Headmaster Sid here? No, he's not here. Are you from Galbadia? We are Seeds. This is Ida's ship. We are Sorceress Ida's Seed. Seed? We're coming aboard. We're unarmed. Oh my, who knew that the Sorceress had seed of her own? Please, we come in peace. Alright, if you say so. We must speak to Headmaster Sid. Where is he? I'm right here. Hello, Headmaster. Good timing. Headmaster, we've come for Ellen. It's too dangerous here now. Yes, I'm afraid so. Ellen? That girl from Windhill? Squall, you know who she is? Please go find her. She's here somewhere in the garden. Who are these guys? How are they connected? Squall? Yes, sir. We'll get to it. Please, bring her here. I will. I'll help you too. How so? I have so many questions right now. That's not even funny. Ellen, say, wasn't she... Yeah, she was that girl who was with Laguna. Probably. Any idea where she is? No clue. I guess we better split up and find her. Hey, Squall, who's Ellen? She's a person in the dream world. Oh, really? Can't exactly give a good description of her. We hardly know what she looks like now. Ellen in the dream world was just a little girl. Now, she's a lot older. She may even still be around. In fact, I know exactly where she can be. Though, I don't know if she's going to be showing up there as of yet, unless we finish doing some looking around. And, as you can see here, my green screen is kind of freaking out a bit right now. That's just due to the time of day, and the fact that the sun is going down too, so we're losing natural light too. So that's always fun. And here she is. Here is Ellen. Yes, Squall? Are you Ellen? Yes. You're Ellen? The Ellen? What is going on? You know Laguna, don't you? I do. I really love Uncle Laguna. Then tell me, what is it that we experience? I'm sorry, Squall. It's hard to explain. But one thing. It's about the past. So we were viewing the past? What a twist! So it's not a dream after all! Sonic Adventure before Sonic Adventure. People say you can't change the past. But even still, if there's a possibility, it's worth a try, right? Change the past? Is she serious? Give me a break. Are you the one responsible? Are you the one taking us to that dream world? I'm sorry. Not again. So much I don't understand. Why me? I have enough problems as it is. Don't get me involved in this. I'm sorry. Don't count on me. You okay? Squall, did you find Ellen? I'm Ellen. Are you alright? What's up? What Ellen said under her breath was... It was what? You're my only hope. What is that, a Star Wars reference? Another one? Why do people depend on each other? More than you'll ever know. In the end, you're on your own. I've made it this far by myself. Sure, I couldn't do a thing when I was a kid. It depends on... I've depended on others, but... And so, the Eda ship set sail. For right now. We'll definitely come across that ship again. I'll be the first one to admit that I'm here because of other people. I'm fine by myself now. I have all the skills I need to survive. I'm not a child anymore. That's a lie. I don't know anything. I'm confused. I don't want to depend on others anymore. How can I do that? Someone, tell me. Someone? So I'll end up depending on others after all. Sis? Aw, look at cute little kid Squall. I'm all alone. But I'm doing my best. I'll be okay without you, sis. I'll be able to take care of myself. Aww. What's up, Renoa? Hey again. I wasn't asleep. Oh really? I think I've heard you talking in your sleep. I'm not telling you what you said. Hey, let's go for a walk. Again? That was a guided tour. This time it's a walk. Just go by yourself. It's safe here. It's not that I want a guard with me. You know? You're always too deep in thought. Why don't you lighten up a little? It's not good to think too much. What I'm trying to say is, it would be my honor to have your company, Your Highness, in hopes that I may get your mind off things. How about it, Your Highness? You can choose either I'll play along or this is stupid. I think either answer will result in the same thing, but we'll play along. Fine. Thank you, Your Highness. Alright, let's get going. And we're going to be doing that next time. So, Yeah, we've gotten quite a lot done today, even though it didn't seem like we did. Especially with all the technical issues that we've been having, especially when it comes to my camera. I'm gonna see if I can get this resolved as soon as, before the next stream. Anywho, this is General Snivy with the Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, hopefully my camera will not shit the bed, and we'll be able to proceed onward to the next part of the game and figure out, where it is that we're going to be drifting off to. Where are we going? Why is this happening? All these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z! Just kidding. It'll be answered next time, nonetheless. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.